Better Call Saul is in its 6th and final season. But before saying goodbye to our favorite characters, let's have a look at the private lives of the show's cast. Find out why Patrick Fabian is the biggest romantic on set. Learn what makes Michael Mando so different from his character, and discover who the most important person on set is.
I think she's the heart of the show, and Bob will back me up on that.
Let's start. Patrick Fabian as Howard Hamlin. His role on Better Call Saul is definitely the most notable for this actor. He's been on Friends, Grey's Anatomy, Lucifer, and 150 other shows and films. In Fabian's own words, he's been on good things and bad things, as that is the nature of the business. Patrick revealed that he wasn't too nervous during the audition, because he thought the showrunners would prefer to hire a movie star. Maybe I'll get a guest star in something else from these casting directors, he thought at the time. But then he got the part of Howard Hamlin. To this day, Fabian feels lucky about it.
I'm always surprised and thrilled when all of a sudden I see myself come across the screen on this show. I go, oh my God, I'm in this! Because I'm so excited to work with these people.
Because of the success of Better Call Saul, the actor says he often gets stopped by fans wishing him well, or telling him to get off Kim Wexler's back. Despite his popularity, Patrick is firmly down to earth, as there's something that brings a sense of reality to his life. I have children to remind me that what I really am is a father, and no amount of being on TV will change that, shared Fabian. Patrick is married to Mandy Steckelberg, a comedian and writer of award-winning shorts, music videos, and web series. They got married 13 years ago on February 14th and have 2 daughters. Kara Pifko as Paige Novick. This upbeat, bright-eyed brunette debuted her immense acting talent at the tender age of 8. She was a regular on a popular Canadian TV show for 5 seasons. Pifko majored in drama at a performing arts school in Toronto, and then moved to Montreal to continue her career. It was hard at first, but mostly because Cara was away from her boyfriend, writer and director Gareth Bennett. They dated for 12 years until they finally decided to tie the knot in 2004. Since then, the couple's going strong and raising 2 kids together. Apart from taking numerous supporting roles on Canadian and American TV, Kara's an acting and voiceover coach. You might have heard her voice in Star Wars: The Clone Wars and the Mass Effect video game series. And she's not the only cast member who's recognized by the way they speak. Giancarlo Esposito as Gus Fring. He's the perfect villain, who appeared both in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Esposito's performance was highly lauded in the industry and brought him some other notable roles in other projects. In the last few years, he appeared in The Mandalorian, Godfather of Harlem, and The Boys. And when Better Call Saul wraps up, the Emmy-nominated actor will headline a new drama called The Driver. Just like his co-star Kara Pifko, Giancarlo began acting at the age of 8. His father was a set designer, and his mother was an opera singer. So it's no wonder that the boy made his debut on Broadway, playing a slave child in a musical. This was followed by several plays, before he started securing roles in films and TV projects in the 1960s. Esposito revealed that he feels quite blessed and amazed by his career's upward trajectory. And it's quite funny that he specializes in a certain type of villain, who's nothing like Giancarlo in real life. The veteran actor recalled that when he started out as Gus in Breaking Bad, embodying such wickedness took practice. He succeeded to the extent that no one on set wanted to come and say hello to him or chat about the weather. Esposito is the doting father of 4 girls. You can spot their photos on the actor's Instagram. Apart from that, the actor's pretty secretive about his private life. He's not been spotted with a significant other since his divorce from his wife of 20 years. And he's not the only one who prefers to keep his dating life under wraps. Michael Mando as Nacho Varga. This complex character is one you can't help but sympathize with. He's made a lot of bad choices, but Michael Mando has always seen his story as a redemption arc. Still, Varga was quite hard to play, as he doesn't have many lines. So Mando has to do a lot of face acting.
It's just a hell of a roller coaster ride, man. We're having a blast.
In real life, Michael is a far cry from his TV personality. Sorry, the pun was intended. The actor provides the voice and motion capture performance for the character Vas Montenegro in the Far Cry video game. Surprisingly, Mando didn't plan a career in acting. He initially considered international relations, economy, and psychology, but he fell in love with acting in his 20s. Michael is also a singer. You can find his 2 singles on Spotify and YouTube. But what you won't find is any information about his dating life. The actor seems to be single and gives no clues about his romantic life to his growing number of fans. Next, let's move on to Mando's co-star, who definitely shares his thoughts on privacy. Kerry Condon as Stacey Ehrmantraut. Being a part of the Better Call Saul cast was actually a learning curve for this actress. Her movie credits include Dreamland alongside Margot Robbie and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri with Frances McDormand. So playing someone who wasn't in every episode of the show could have hurt her ego. Thankfully, Kerry joined the cast at a point in her career where she was confident enough in herself for this. "I've never really given a shit about being famous," she explained, "or if I'm going to a party, I don't want people to know who I am." The Irish actress also revealed that she couldn't care less if she never gets married or has kids. "There's loads of things I've planned for my life," shared Condon. "So I've gone on and made plans for my life regardless of those things happening to me." However, back in 2012, she shed light on the qualities she looked for in a partner. Kerry elaborated that she'd want a boyfriend from a field other than acting, as 2 crazy people in one house would be too much. Now let's talk about the Better Call Saul cast member who's famous for playing tough guys. But is he one on the inside? Jonathan Banks as Mike Ehrmantraut. Over half a century in Hollywood, this actor has carved out a career as a bad guy. His dead-eyed stare has radiated menace on literally hundreds of shows and films. Banks revealed that he realized what kind of actor he wanted to be at the age of 16. He watched Zorba the Greek with Anthony Quinn and thought, here's this tough guy who wants to touch as much of the world as he can. And that was the direction he wanted his own life to go in. Jonathan first tied the knot when he was 21. The couple welcomed a daughter together, but the marriage only lasted for 2 years. After their divorce, Banks enjoyed his bachelor status for 20 years, until the day he met the right person. He calls his second wife, Gennara, the love of his life. They've been together for over 3 decades now and are parents to twins. Funnily enough, they are one of the reasons why the 75-year-old actor still doesn't consider retiring. In one of the interviews, Banks shared that there's the financial issue of his kids going to college. Otherwise, he could retire tomorrow and just count ducks by the side of the lake. Thankfully, that hasn't happened yet, and we will still see our favorite bad guy on screen many more times. Now let's check out the love life of the actress who's been called the real heart of the show. Rhea Seehorn as Kim Wexler. Deborah Ray got her middle name after the man who introduced her parents to each other, and when she decided to follow a career in acting, she dropped her first name. The Deborahs and Debbies that I knew or saw on TV always seemed to be really attractive cheerleaders, and it was not my lane at all in school, Seehorn said. The only person to still call her Debbie to bug the crap out of her is Ray's sister, but that's what sisters do, right? Seehorn studied painting and drawing from a young age, following in the footsteps of her father and grandmother. At the same time, she secretly had a growing passion for movies and theater, but was hesitant to sign up for acting classes. Sadly, while Ray was still in college, her father passed away. That was a turning point in her life, as he left Seehorn with the message that she must do everything she wants to do in this life. Taking his advice, she was soon offering to tackle any odd job that might get her noticed as both a passionate actor and a hard worker. Eventually, Ray was getting significant theater roles and started to appear in small TV roles. However, she could never play somebody's blonde girlfriend. Seehorn has always tried to bring great depth to her characters, and that's why she became such an integral part of Better Call Saul.
Watching Ray do what she's done with that character of Kim Wexler, I've had a ringside seat at it, and it's like a masterclass in how to get your work done, that's for sure.
In 2018, Ray married her boyfriend of 5 years, Graham Larson. He's a real estate agent and a father of 2 sons from his previous marriage. Surprisingly, Ray owes her happiness to the boy's mom, fashion designer Alice Haney. The women are good friends, so after her terrible marriage and amazing divorce, Alice became a matchmaker. Luckily, it worked out. Seehorn's not only a caring stepmother, she also helped save her co-star's life. Literally. Bob Odenkirk as Jimmy McGill. Last July, Better Call Saul fans were afraid that they might lose the show's lead actor. Bob Odenkirk suffered a near-fatal heart attack on set. Fortunately, Patrick Fabian and Ray Seehorn were right there. They came over, and although they didn't know what to do, they screamed their heads off, alerting the medic. Thanks to their help, Odenkirk was saved and recovered pretty quickly. He managed to return to set and bring the story of Jimmy's transformation into Saul Goodman to an end. Bob has been happily married for more than 2 decades. Although at the beginning, the actor was totally uninterested in his future wife. Show producer Naomi Yomtov had a crush on Bob after she saw him in a comedy club. Friends offered to introduce them, but she didn't want to force it. Finally, Odenkirk noticed her, despite Naomi claiming she wasn't his type. They have 2 children together, and the family supports each other in every possible way. It was actually Bob's son and daughter who convinced him to take on the role of Saul Goodman. Odenkirk revealed that he was on the fence about it being on a much grander stage than before. And this wasn't his last dramatic role. Just recently, the actor agreed to take on the part in the potential series Straight Man. Thanks for watching. Check out our other videos about your favorite shows. Stay awesome.